Sincero Consulting presents your GMP Minute by Kevin Wall. This video presents the overall supplier risk score leading to supplier management. Once your suppliers are rated according to maturity risk, Table 7, they can be rated for relative risk based on their compliance maturity risk score and the risk associated with the product they provide. Finally, the supplier management plan can be developed based on the supplier risk, with more control going to the high-risk suppliers and less control applied to the low-risk suppliers. Absent a relative risk ranking, it is tempting to apply the same level of control to each supplier. The supplier risk assessment is represented on a 3x3 grid, Figure 1. The risk of the material provided is on the x-axis, and the compliance maturity risk of the supplier is on the y-axis. Suppliers are segregated by the type of material they provide, Table 9. High-risk materials are on the right-hand column and are finished regulated drugs, APIs, and higher-risk devices which can impact the patient. On the left side are the low-risk suppliers who provide raw materials not incorporated into the final regulated product and a finished product that is not regulated. The medium-risk materials are the finished products that are regulated but are low risk to the patient. Examples could be certain class devices or drug products, like sunscreens or lotions, which have an OTC monograph. This category also contains suppliers which provide materials incorporated into your regulated products with patient impact. The red is increased control, yellow is standard control, green is reduced control. The standard level of supplier control is defined for the business need and product portfolio mix. The CMO is rated according to the highest risk product they provide. The lowest risk CMOs are on the bottom left. They are very mature with a low risk product. Oversight of these CMOs should be nominal to stay in compliance with procedure. On the opposite end are the CMOs of finished NDA, ANDA, API suppliers, and medical devices who have a high risk score. These CMOs keep you awake at night and require the highest control. The controls defined can be severe, as having a person in the plant when they manufacture your product. Once each of the suppliers is rated according to risk, appropriate controls can be defined for the portfolio. The level of supplier control should be commensurate to the risk. Suppliers in yellow receive the standard of level control. As resource permits, you can work with these suppliers to lower the risk score. That is done by improving their supplier metrics. The risk assessment can identify potential action levels. Low-risk suppliers can be afforded less than standard control. It may mean less effort spent on record review or longer time between site audits. With the right confidence in material control, reduce the amount of incoming inspection and test. High-risk suppliers with high-risk products need increasing control. These suppliers should have risk mitigation measures defined to protect the patient and supply chain. They will most likely have an active project or supplier corrective action requests in place to reduce the risk.
The original supplier risk assessment rates the risk of a potential supplier.
It can aid in the selection process.
It is one data point in the overall selection process. It is best to conduct the compliance risk assessment before the supply agreement is signed. What did you find most helpful from this video series? Tell us in the comments. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell so you don't miss a GMP Minute.